to tell you guys about an action we did in our store. I had totally forgotten. Don't know why, because it was a pretty big issue. It was in August. In September, for our Labor Day, they had took our associates to 40 hours a week. Labor Day is meant to honor us laborers. Well, he took a day from every associate to 40 hours. It kind of really ticked me off. I'm not going to lie. Then he looked at us and said, I've got 1,600 hours a month for my whole store. So, you know, we started cutting our schedules and the time for people. So we decided to do something about it. We joined hands together. We did petitions. We circled them, we put them in our store, we signed them, along with community activists who also had petitions in hand. We went to our morning meeting. We gathered all of our associates. There was at least 35 of them. So at that time our manager was like, oh, I wonder what's going on over here, because none of them want to come to the meeting anymore. So my co-manager, Larry, who was standing in front of the store, I asked to speak to Bill, who was trying to do the meeting, and I was like, no, we have something to say today, and you're going to hear us. And he said, well, you know, Bill's doing an interview. I said, well, then you're going to be responsible. He ran out the room. He said, I will bring Bill back. And he did. He went and got him, and he stood on the outside, because he was afraid. Well, you know, we're not going to hurt anybody. We just want you to be responsible. So we went short, cut it short. We had petitions. So when I went to hand them to him, he didn't want them. He was like, oh, no, not me. And I was like, yeah, you're going to take them. You're going to take them one way or another. So we moved on to the community, and with us were some USCW members. Of course, they got our back. Yay. So they handed our store manager their 100 petitions that said they were sick and tired of seeing Laurel, that they had no workers anymore. So he was just stunned. He had his mouth open. We're like, you need to close it because flies get up in there. And so then we came back to the floor because he was like, oh, we need to take this to personnel. So we did it. 4 department managers came with us. So altogether there was 14 of us. Some of the other associates got scared when he talked about going to personnel because the only thing that they thought about was they'd be fired. Hey, if that's what it should be, then that's what will happen. So we went to personnel. I handed them the petitions, and I told them that this is unacceptable. We want our time. We need to feed our families, and we can't live like this. And I know your son's not going hungry, so why should mine? So we went back and forth. We aired our views. Quite a few of us told him what we thought and what we thought about different aspects of our store. So he asked us who would meet with him tomorrow. And I told him, you know, a couple of associates, Rob, that usually come with me and back me. So I was like, okay, well, Bill, you're looking at me again. But hey, fine, we can do it first thing in the morning. So he called me, 8 o'clock in the morning. He was like, come on, Cindy, let's do this meeting. And I was like, okay, we can roll. So I went to his office, and I told him, I said, you know, I told him again, there's too many things that you do to us associates that is unfair. So I told him, especially our scheduling and our money. We need our money for our families to live. So he said, what can we do? And he said, well, you know, I have a whole lot of open shifts. And I said, okay, so what are we going to do about this? He said, well, what if I post them? I said, well, you know, we went back and forth, and I said, well, if you're going to post them, you want 3 weeks from me, I want 3 weeks from you. So now, on our board in the back, he has printed every schedule for the 3 weeks out for every shift that is open. It now states across it, open available shifts. If you want it, come and get it and you can have it. All right. So we will get it.